everyone, welcome back to Nails Before Films. Today I'll be going through how I made the Barbie and Ken nails for my Barbie review video. Link in the description. Again, I wouldn't call this a tutorial. I don't think I'm good enough to be teaching people yet. I'm just going through how I did the nails, so please comment below if you have any suggestions for me. Anyway, let's get right into it. First, the supplies. Again, nothing is sponsored in this video. I wish I was getting paid to do this. I use Apres Gel X Natural Almond Short size 5.5 for my index fingers and ring fingers. Half-size Gel X tips are only available in Gel X Tips 2.0, but honestly the regular sizes work too. I have also used size 5 for my index and ring fingers. I just need to file the sides a bit to make the tips fit better. Again, filing off the prickly ends using a 100 grit file and buff the tips with a 180 grit file to remove the shine. Next, for the base color, I again used 2 coats of Matte & Glam Smelly Cat gel polish for Barbie and Ken's faces. For the nail art, I used Golden Fluid Acrylics Carbon Black to draw Barbie's eyes and brows first. For the eyes, I specifically used a frayed brush to draw her eyelashes. I colored the entire eye area black. It's easier to just cover the middle with white later than trying to draw thin black outlines. After filling in the white part for her eyes and drawing the pupils, I added the nose, mixed some light pink for Barbie's lips, and filled in the white for her teeth. I then drew her hair with light yellow and added black to her mouth for her expression. I used really wet, really thin black acrylic to make it look like her mascara was running down due to crying. Then, because I realized her eyes were actually blue, I added blue to her eyes and black dots in the middle. For Barbie's hair, I had some problem mixing the right color. Her hair color is light blonde, but the color I mixed was a bit too close to the base color, which is why I kind of went back and forth with her hair. I thought at first it looked too light, so I added some yellow, but then I thought it looked too dark, so I added lighter yellow again. After I was done with the acrylic paint, I waited for it to dry, applied Matte & Glam Snow White top coat, and cured. As for Ken, I really had trouble with his hair. I cut it out in my video, but I actually wiped the acrylic paint off multiple times because I thought the hair looked terrible. At first, I started out with his facial expressions as usual, but couldn't get the position of his hair right, which is why I ended up drawing his hair first in the final version. Using the same light yellow as I did with Barbie's hair, I filled in the hair area and then added the black outline. Then I used brown paint for his brows and black for the outline of his eyes, nose, and mouth. Next, I filled in the eye and mouth with white and added blue to his eye. Same thing, wait for it to dry, apply top coat, and cure. For the star of Ken's wink, I used stamping. Sorry, I was quite out of frame for this one. I'll try my best to describe what I did. The stamping plate I used was Maniology's Sunshine Babe, which had some star shapes. I first stamped a bigger star with Maniology's black stamping polish, and then a smaller star on top of the bigger one with Pure Ice Showstopper. You don't necessarily need stamping polish to do stamping. It's essentially thicker nail polish that only requires 1 coat to be opaque. If the polish requires 2 to 3 coats, then using it for stamping will cause the result to be somewhat transparent and it will be harder to pick up. So if you have old polishes that are thick or thick 1-coat polishes like Sally Hansen's Insta Dry, you can try to use those for stamping. When I stamped the stars, the yellow one wasn't completely filled with the polish, so I went in and added some yellow gouache to make the shape more complete. I mostly just used stamping to get a perfect star shape, so it didn't really matter that I used paint on top of the stamping. After finishing the star, apply top coat again to secure the image, cure it, and it's done. That's basically how I did these two nails because I thought the movie was somewhat boring and I mostly liked the part with Ken. I made Barbie look distressed and Ken happy. Again, you can definitely make them cuter, change the facial expressions, etc, etc. Anyway, hope you guys find this video helpful. Like I said, this isn't really a tutorial, just me going through how I made the nails. I've also listed the supplies I used in the description. If you have any questions or suggestions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, comment, share, do what you want. Keep nailing it and check out my Barbie movie review video if you haven't yet, people.